Hello and welcome to Untwisted Threads. This yarn is called Fine Milk Cotton from Rowan. The 70% cotton, 30% milk protein yarn features approximately 24 colors. The colorway that we chose is 498. This 50-gram skein with 150 meters or 164 yards works up as a fingering weight yarn. Before we begin, what on earth is a milk yarn? It was this curiosity that really got me excited to make this video because I had never heard of a milk protein yarn before, and it was actually my husband who came across it and was excited to share about it with me at first. Milk yarn is made from the casein protein found in milk. It was originally created during the 1930s as a wool substitute. However, the process to extract the casein fiber and make milk yarn used too much water and chemicals, which resulted in an unprofitable production method. That same solution that these milk proteins were mixed with is actually the same chemical used to make acrylic. It is this process that makes milk yarn a semi-synthetic yarn. In today's video, we're going to review and score Fine Milk Cotton by Rowan a little bit differently than our usual review videos. We will only be using 3 categories to count towards its final score, which are softness, traction, and durability for this unfortunately no longer available yarn. So let's get started. Now, I wasn't planning on doing a review on a yarn that wasn't available anymore, as I don't believe it would be much useful information to you. However, I wanted to work with and learn more about a milk protein yarn and share my thoughts about it with you. This yarn was released in approximately 2009 from Rowan Yarns and has since been discontinued. I was able to purchase this single skein of yarn from a D-stash on Ravelry. For softness, we give it a score of 4.1 out of 5. Although this yarn has a large quantity of cotton, the milk protein adds a little bit of softness to what might have felt dry, like cotton yarns can often be. I would say it's more similar to a Pima cotton or maybe even bamboo, but not exactly. It has some smooth and softness, as it's definitely not rough or rustic, but it's not as soft as some cottons are. For traction, we give it a score of 3.5 out of 5. Although this yarn has a plied style twist to the yarn, as the yarn works up, the individual fibers separate. It felt like I was working with multiple individual yarns at once rather than a single strand of fingering weight yarn. This became a little bit tedious to work with as I was trying to keep all of the strands of yarn together. So if you're new to working with multiple strands of yarn together, this might not be the best option for you until you get a little bit of practice. I also noticed some drag or traction of the yarn sliding through my hand as I was knitting with it, so in that way, it acted a little bit like a dry cotton yarn. For durability, we give it a score of 3 out of 5. Cotton yarns have a tendency to stretch over time, so that could be problematic, but cotton fibers in general are inherently strong. However, milk protein has a low durability and loses its strength when wet and must be handled gently. Because of this, blending the milk protein fiber with cotton gives it more strength than if it was by itself. As the way the cotton fibers act, my swatch didn't bloom when blocking, so my stitches didn't even out as a wool yarn would. Overall, we give Rowan Fine Milk Cotton a score of 3.5 out of 5. This yarn didn't bother my sensitive skin at all when knitting, which was great. I didn't know what to expect with this yarn, but I was happily surprised with its softer texture, almost like bamboo. It is a shame that this yarn has been discontinued. However, I understand that if production costs were expensive and maybe if the yarn didn't sell super well, it was best for the company to discontinue this yarn. Have you used Rowan Fine Milk Cotton yarn before? Have you heard of milk cotton yarn before? Because I surely hadn't. What yarn would you like for us to do a review on next? We would love to hear your thoughts and recommendations in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's review, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.